anything else, we're going to pause for the national anthem. Again, I'm Joy Scruggs, bringing you the play-by-play. Alongside me today, again, is my partner for women's basketball some of the times.
Dylan Catcher.
And he's bringing you the color today. Dylan plays on the men's basketball team, so he helps out when he can. So let's bring them, first of all, the starters for Alice Lloyd.
For Alice Lloyd, we have starting number 10, Haley Hall from Grayson, Kentucky. Number 14, Maddie Thompson from Enix, Kentucky. Number 20, Hannah Cash from Campton, Kentucky. Number 24, Allie Mae from Paintsville, Kentucky. And number 42, Alex Clifton from Owenton, Kentucky, coached by John Mills and assistant coach Brandon Arnold.
So Emory and Henry starters for today. A 5'5" guard from Bristol, Virginia. Number 5, Amaya Lee. She's averaging 3.4 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, and 4.5 assists, 2.8 steals. Another guard, a 5'4" junior from Greenville, Tennessee, number 12, Briley Jones. Jones is averaging 7 points a game. She takes the most the field goals, 3-point field goals of anybody on the team, shooting 31% from the three-point line. Also at forward, a 6-foot freshman from King, North Carolina, number 20, Emma Santoro. Santoro averaging 10.6 points a game, 7.6 rebounds. A 5'8" senior from Bristol, Virginia, playing guard, number 21, Callie Hatterer, averaging 6 points a game, 4.4 rebounds. And rounding out the lineup for Emory and Henry, a 6'2" senior from Sparta, North Carolina, playing center, number 55, Alexis Hoppers. Hoppers averaging 8.2 points a game, 4.8 rebounds a game, and takes the most free throws of anyone on the Emory and Henry lineup. Emory and Henry is coached by Jacqueline Dickens in her 3rd season as head coach, assisted by Tessa Johnston, Kyle Sensabaugh, and Antoine Van Buren. Emory and Henry enters today's game with a 4-6 record. The Eagles are 8-4 overall, 2-2 in their conference. So what's important about today's game is they played earlier in December at Alice Lloyd. Emory and Henry lost that contest, so this is a chance to avenge that loss. Alice Lloyd is a very experienced team. 4 of their top scorers are seniors. Emory and Henry wearing their white uniforms with navy numerals. Alice Lloyd in sort of a dark charcoal gray uniform with blue numerals with white outline. And let me just tell you, I can tell you right now, I will have trouble identifying the players by those numbers. The color too closely matches the color of the uniform. Those of you that are tuning in on the radio, we're brought to you on WEHC 90.7 FM. Those of you watching on live stream on GoWasps.com. The tap is up, and it's controlled by Alice Lloyd. That's Clifton for the Eagles. Dribble handoff right-hand wing to May. She's one of 3 really tough outside three-point shooters for the Eagles. Back up top to Cash, sets up the offense, goes away from the ball screen. May's going to put up the first three of the game. It bangs off too strong, and Hatterer hauls in the rebound for the Wasps. Hatterer sets up the offense to Lee on the right-hand wing. Looks like the Eagles are playing they're playing man-to-man here. Gets it down low to Santoro, makes a move. Her defense hits the deck as she makes that move, and she's able to sink the first 2 points of the game for either team. Emory and Henry leads 2-0. That's Cash setting up the offense off to the left-hand wing to Hall. Hall takes it into the rim and gets it batted out of bounds. Rejected by the Wasps. 18 on the shot clock. Eagles in a 1-4 low set on the out of bounds underneath their basket. Look to float it out high to Cash. Cash tries to go off a ball screen by Thompson, and Thompson's going to get called for the illegal screen. That's first foul on Thompson, first foul on anyone. Emory and Henry leads 2-0. We have not quite played a minute yet. Lee brings it up for the Wasps. Jones adjusts to the left-hand baseline. Ball's at the wing at Hatterer on the left. She goes off a ball screen by Hoppers. Hoppers hits the deck. Hatterer goes all the way left.
That's a good finish.
Good finish, strong finish outside, bank shot outside the lane for Hatterer. Emory and Henry leads by 4. Eagles have yet to score. May feeds it down low to Clifton. Clifton go against the Hoppers, and she's able to get inside and hit the bank shot from the low block. 4-2, Emory and Henry lead first quarter action. Lee finds Hatterer on the right-hand wing. Hatterer looks down low at Hoppers, gives it Hoppers at the short corner. She skips it across to Jones. Jones makes a move all the way in, off the backboard, good. Left-hand layup.
That was
6-2, Emory and Henry leads, 8:10 remaining first quarter. May with it now over to Thompson, just reversing the ball, swinging the ball around the perimeter. Hall, she's open for the long 2, jumper no good, rebound battled for, kicked out to May. May's shot misses everything. That was Cash, on the shot. It went up so quick I thought it was May.
I did too.
Watching them warm up, I knew they had the shooters, but it was.
You said they shoot 23 threes a game?
Yep. Here's Lee with it, setting up to Jones on the left-hand wing. Can't get it down low. Hatterer catches up top, looked at the shot, passes to Lee. Lee's 3 on the way, no good. Hoppers with the first rebound and stick back, no good. Second shot by Hoppers, no good as well. And in transition, Cash dribbles in, kicks it back out. 3 on the way by Hall, hits the front of the rim, no good. Stick back, no good by Thompson. Hoppers with the ball just held it up over her head, and Clifton batted it away. Clifton goes in for the stick back, sends Hoppers to the floor. Can't score on the first one, and then she scores on the second one, but Hoppers hit the ball hard. She's still on the floor holding her, looks like she's holding her back. And Emory and Henry's coaches were calling for a charge on that. I think they were too far into the restricted area. There was
inside the circle.
Definite contact there and center to the deck. These are 2 big women going against each other. Clifton at 6'2", Hoppers at 6'2".
Checking in for Alexis Hoppers is number 11, Grace Glantz for the Wasps.
Glantz averaging 4.5 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. She had a big night against them at their place, if I can find all my paperwork here. Lee takes it up for the Wasps. Now they're facing a zone. Jones with it on the left-hand wing, back to Lee at the top. Jones, I thought she should have taken that shot.
She should have taken the first one. She thought about it too long.
She made too many moves there and picked up her pivot foot, and that's a turnover for Emory and Henry. So when we played at their place, Glantz had 11 points off the bench with 7 rebounds. May hits it to the high post to Thompson. She kicks it out to Cash, makes a move back to May. May tries to get inside, draws the foul on Lee. First team foul on Lee, first individual foul on Lee, first team foul for Emory and Henry. 6-4 Emory and Henry leads here with 6:44 remaining in the first quarter. Again, the Eagles are going to spread across the baseline here, ball underneath their basket. set a screen with a curler, get it inside to Cash outside. Back to the inbounder. She makes a move, 2-dribble pull-up, nails it. So that was Cash on the jumper. Now we're tied up at 6 with 6:33 to play in the first quarter. Emory and Henry now facing a zone by the Eagles, swinging around the perimeter. Jones finds Santora at the high post. She kicks it out to Hatterer, and she is ready to shoot.
It's a big-time shot. You got to get it in the high post. It gets everybody else open.
Great finish by Hatterer. 3-point advantage for Emory and Henry on that 3-point shot. 9-6, 6:10 to play first quarter. Cash finds May. Oh, gosh, the big girl's going to take the three. She knocks it down. So Alex Clifton for 3. Now we're tied again. Trading 3 for 3. Hatterer jump-stopped into it and wasn't set there when she caught the ball. Clifton, I'm trying to see how many threes she's taken on the season. She's 7 of 17.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Back to the high post to Thompson. Thompson's floater, no good. Rebound by Santora. Santora can't find anybody to outlet to, starts to dribble. Brings it up. Well, just take it all the way. Oh, she missed it, though. And May comes away with it for the Eagles. Long 2 on the way, or that's Brainerd. She's entered the game. She misses everything. 5:24 remaining in the first quarter. Emory and Henry and the Eagles are tied at 9 in women's basketball action. This zone by the Eagles has given Emory and Henry some good outside shooting opportunities when they've gotten the ball inside. But right now they're just sort of standing. Tried to get it into Glance at the high post, and it gets batted away. Cash brings it up for the Eagles. Hall, oh, it's almost intercepted, and it is by Jones as they try to make the cross-court pass, but she can't hold on to it, so it's out of bounds to the Eagles. They'll get it on their sideline down there, and we have a media timeout here with score tied at 9.
Edward Jones, support for WEHC and Emory and Henry Wasp basketball comes proudly from Tom Graham and Kyle King of Edward Jones Investments, 126 East Main Street, Marion. Learn what investing can do for you. 276-783-4448 or edwardsjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Food Country, the food specialist, bringing you quality, price, satisfaction, founded in a small rural area to serve friends and neighbors. Food Country has evolved to serve Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, your money stays in your community. Food Country is proud to support Emory and Henry Wasp basketball on WEHC 90.7 FM.
So what does Emory and Henry need to do on offense? Some of these I got from Coach Dickens. Limit unforced turnovers, she says, again.
Again.
Set and use screens. Well, playing against the zone changes that a little bit, and make the easies, and they've already missed a few of the easies.
They have.
I think they have to have more production from their starting 5. Their starters only scored 27 points when they played at Alice Lloyd, and they were 4 of 25, shooting 17% from the 3-point line at Alice Lloyd. If you're going to shoot 25 threes, you got to make more than 4.
You got to hit more four of them.
Or you need to make another choice.
Absolutely.
And they've got to get to the free throw line more than 11 times as they did at Alice Lloyd. Bringing it up is Moore. Handed off to high post to Hall. She faces up on the roll. She finds Thompson. Thompson's little floater won't float in. And Lee brings it up in transition for Emory and Henry. Can't get it in. Finds Santora. Hatterer ready for the shot just inside the arc. It doesn't fall, and the Eagles come away with the rebound. Ooh, that was contact. Moore. Now May, one dribble, side dribble step, whatever you call that, and she jacks up the 3, no good, but the long rebound goes to Hall. She gets it inside, pulls it, kicks it out to Moore. Moore's 3's no good. She follows her own rebound, but she doesn't get it. Another long rebound to Hall, up to the high post to Thompson. There's what you're talking about, getting it inside and kicking it out. And then Hall drives in and meets the freshman Glance, who sends her to the deck.
The Wasps are definitely going to have to limit the second chance opportunities. The Eagles got 6 offensive rebounds already in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, some of those, like this last possession, those threes,
Long threes. That's
long
tough.
Threes,
that is tough.
But we still didn't box
Yeah.
out. We had everybody in the paint, as opposed to the last game you and I called here, and nobody went to the boards ever. So there was nobody in the paint. They would have gotten all those long rebounds in that game. First shot by Hall is good to give the Eagles the 1-point lead, and the second as well. So 11-9 is the Emory and Henry deficit. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Hatter with the ball passed up ahead to her. She looks at the short corner, can't get it to Santora. Lee now skips it to Jones. Jones ready to shoot. Oh, gosh, goes part of the way down, but not all the way down, and that's what has to happen. Hampton with it for the Eagles. She finds Hall, left-hand wing, back up top to Moore. Moore setting up. Emory and Henry playing man-to-man defense the whole time. Ball screen by Brainerd. She moved into that screen. Back to Brainerd on the face-up. She tries to take it inside, dumps it down low to Maynard.
I think they got it with the 3 seconds.
3-second call. That I guess every officiating crew has to call that once every 10 years. So they call. They're good for the next 9. They don't have to call that one again. Usually you only hear the coach on the bench screaming, 3 seconds. Emory and Henry passing around against this zone. Going to have to get it inside. We take it inside off the dribble. Jones takes it off. It's too hard off the rim. Comes away with the Eagles on the rebound. As Moore pass ahead. Now to the short corner. Is that Clifton back in? No. That's Maynard. She misses it. Emory and Henry, though, tracks down the rebound. That's Lee on the layup. Gets Emory tied back up again with the Eagles. 2:49 remaining. We're knotted at 11. Dribble handoff to Hall. She goes across away from the ball screen. 2 dribble pull-up, hits nothing. Out of bounds it goes, and Emory and Henry will claim it from there.
7 in for the Eagles, number 42, Alex Clifton, and number 20, Hannah Cash.
Tied at 11. And Emory and Henry hasn't done anything to make the Eagles want to play anything but this zone. Lee, right-hand wing to Jones. She finds Hoppers. She skips it out to McClellan. Now back to Lee. Lee's shot on the way, no good. Oh, that's Grace Glantz. I'm sorry. No, that was McClellan.
Yeah, it was McClellan.
Passing on the perimeter, the Eagles. Now Clifton for another 3.
That's
she
2.
drains
That's
it.
2.
So she's now 9 of 19 on the season. And Emory and Henry trails 14-11, 2 minutes in the first quarter. Lee up top finds Glantz on the cut. She tries to find Hoppers down.
Yeah. That was a great pass.
So Glantz cuts down the right-hand side of the lane, draws the defense, scoops it sort of around the defenders to Hoppers on the left-hand block. Now a little screen and roll action, or a cut by Clifton finds her open down low for another 2. 16-13, Emory and Henry trails, 1:30 remaining first quarter. Short corner to Glantz. Glantz puts it up, no good. McClellan for the rebound, can't get it inside, back out to Glantz. Glantz skips it to Jones. She looks at Hoppers in the short corner, doesn't give it to her. Glantz down low. McClellan tries to get inside, finds Hoppers on the cut. Hoppers left-hand hook shot won't fall. 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 3. I thought she was going to jack that one. Now it goes Clifton again. She's feeling it. Nobody's there. Moves for the rebound for Emory and Henry, and in from nowhere streams Tori Hampton to scoop up the offensive rebound and draw the foul.
7 in for the Wasps, number 24, Hannah Spainhour, and number 22, Mimi Trainum.
And that was second foul on Amaya Lee, team's 3rd foul. 57 seconds remaining here as Hampton goes to the free throw line, bangs off the first one. Emory and Henry trails 16-13. Under 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Second shot glances off the front, but another offensive rebound by the Eagles. That's the story of the game so far, isn't it? Hoppers comes away with a rebound on that miss by the Eagles, and Trainum takes it all the way in, back out to McClellan. McClellan gets it inside. Hoppers thinks, I'll take the 3 too, but hers won't fall. And the Eagles come away with the rebound, 35 seconds remaining, almost picked off in transition by Trainum. Inside, kicking out. Face-up shot by McClifton. So Emory and Henry trails 18-13 as McClellan tries to get inside. Well, I don't know what that
I don't know what he just called.
I don't know what that was, but it's like,
I've never seen that hand signal
I don't know.
before.
It's like it's like saw hands or something, like electric, carving knife. I don't know, but that's a foul on number 21. Moore, her first, team second. Inbounds play, we get it to the cutting glance on the offside, and she takes it up and draws the foul. 15 seconds remaining. That foul is on Maynard, her first, team third. Glance will go to the free throw line for Emory and Henry. First shot rattles around and falls. Glance is an 80% free throw shooter and 1 of 1 today. 15 seconds remaining. Second shot by Glance is good. Emory and Henry now trails 18-15, 15 seconds remaining. Cash being guarded by Trainum. Hand off to May. May being guarded by Spainhour. And Trainum's able to take the ball away, but as the buzzer sounds, so Emory and Henry doesn't get a shot up. So at the end of 10 minutes of play, Emory and Henry trails the visiting Eagles of Alice Lloyd 18-15.
People Incorporated, support for WEHC and ENH WASP. Basketball comes from People Incorporated, believing that every person needs support from others. People Incorporated promotes the dignity of individuals and families, moves people into the economic mainstream, and works to develop existing strengths and resources within communities. For information about assistance with community development, education, employment training, family services, financial services, or housing, contact 276-623-9000 or peopleinc.net. All of the efforts of People Incorporated are directed by the concerns, hopes, needs, and dreams of the people served. First Bank and Trust. Emory and Henry basketball is brought to you with support by First Bank and Trust, offering mobile banking, Apple Pay, remote deposits, and more. Serving you with free checking since 1979. Member FDIC and on the web at firstbank.com.
Well, before the game, I knew we needed to be on the lookout for the three-point shooters, but the three-point shooter we needed to look out for is not the one I had on my notes. As Alex Clifton is 2 of 3 from 3, 6 of 8 from the floor for 14 points, and she's been the difference maker, hasn't she, for them?
She has a smooth-looking shot, and I tell you what, they're going to have to step out on her. I was not seeing that coming, and they're going to have to box out because 8 offensive rebounds. Now, 3 of them came on that one possession, but you got to eliminate second-chance baskets for sure.
Yeah, Coach Dickens said in her scout for me, said they were going to have to get back in transition and contain their post play, but she didn't. I don't think she meant post play on the three-point line. Taylor Owens in for Emory and Henry. Gives it off to Spainhour. Spainhour to Trainum. Spainhour thinks about the shot, tries to get it inside, skip it around the perimeter. Santora with it at the top. Now to McClellan. McClellan finds a cutter inside, back out to Owens. 10 on the shot clock. Spainhour trying to dribble around, gets it back out to Trainum. Trainum's three's no good. Rebound, though, worked for. Spainhour can't come away with it. And Brainerd gets it for the Eagles. So Alice Lloyd is a NAIA school. This is another chance for us to go against scholarship competition. Shot on the way. Gosh, that was a crazy shot by Hall. And Santora, after a few tips, is able to come away with it for Emory and Henry. Santora takes it all the way the length of the floor, off the rim, no good. Rebound by the Eagles. Problem with going 1-on-4 is they got more rebounders there than you do. Oh, yeah, Emory and Henry calls that turnover as Cash picked up her dribble, or tried to at the top, was going to make the entry pass to the wing, and Emory and Henry's, I think that was McClellan. Somebody was over there. No, it was Spainhour was there to thought she was going to take the pass away. Pick 6 there, and she picked up her dribble and turned it over. No, now she picks up her dribble, and in an effort to get rid of it, turns it over. So layup by Cash puts the Eagles up 20-15, 8:33 remaining second period. Trainum, ball up top. The Eagles now playing man-to-man. Staggered screen set for Trainum up top. Defense steps out. She gets doubled. Look inside. That's exactly what the coaches said.
Yeah, they had the mismatch down low.
So Santora was posted up down low on Cash. That will be Cash's first foul, team's first foul, as we reset team fouls every quarter. 20 on the shot clock. Box set for the Wasps. Floated out to Spainhour. Spainhour tracks that pass down, goes off a ball screen. Tries to go away from the ball screen. Ball rolls off a foot out of bounds, and it's not Spainhour's foot, so it's going to be our ball on the sideline. 13 seconds remaining. Trainum sets up the offense. Screen up top by Owens. Oh, I thought she shuffled her feet. McClellan gets inside, kicks it out. 3 on the shot clock. She's going to have to heave up a shot. Does. Emory and Henry's there to track down the rebound, but they can't. Cash comes away with it in transition. She tries to hit Thompson, and Emory and Henry comes away with it. Spainhour pass ahead to Santora. Santora goes up, gets it swatted away. It'll be Emory and Henry, ball underneath their basket. 7:42. Emory and Henry trails 20-15 in the second quarter. Emory and Henry playing with a bunch of young players right now, and that was one of my notes on the game, was these young players have played enough that they need to start making a more consistent contribution. Spainhour dribbles baseline.
Great pass.
I mean, that was Santora dribbled baseline, handed it out to Spainhour, but she can't make the shot fall. 7.5 minutes remaining, second quarter, 20-15, Emory and Henry trails. Picks up her dribble at the top as Cash after making a move. Hall gives it up, tries to find down low, and they do. That's Thompson. They find down low, and she gonna draw the foul. 6 foot forward, Thompson draws the foul on Santora, her first, team first of this period.
Checking in for the Wasps, number 21, Callie Hatter, and number 12, Briley Jones.
Thompson's a 76% free throw shooter and makes that one.
Checking in back in for the Eagles, number 34, Kenzie Maynard.
So Emory and Henry now with the young lineup in, going against man-to-man defense. Set some back screens and curls. Jones has entered the lineup for Emory and Henry. She tries to get inside, still doesn't get inside, and then she loses the handle, and the Eagles come away with it. That's May. Oh, nice pass by May.
Nice pass and finish. Wow.
So May dribbled and drove right. I thought she was going to take it up, and then she hits Maynard down on the block on the left-hand side. Maynard goes up for the finish and draws the foul. 6:50 remaining in the second quarter, and the largest lead now of either team of the game belongs to the Eagles, especially with that free throw, extends it to 11, 26-15, and now the Eagles come out in a 2-2-1 press. Santora just takes it all the way in, draws the foul. So Emory and Henry was able to pass through the press ahead to Santora, and she just took it in because nobody stopped her. Hatterer has 5 points for Emory and Henry, and nobody else has more than 2. Santora is good from the line on her first shot. She's a 65% free throw shooter.
I think that was our first bucket this quarter.
Yep. So those are our first 2 points of the quarter. You're right, Dylan. 6:40 remaining in this second quarter. Emory and Henry trails 26-17. Trainum playing defense on the ball. Brainerd with the ball up top finds May on the right-hand wing. She just holds it over her head looking for somebody to pass it to. And as she drove down, tried to drive baseline. Jones bats it away out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock, and in comes Clifton with 14 points on the night, or the afternoon, may I say. Box set for the Eagles. Inbounds back to the inbounder. Shot won't fall for her, and Santora for Emory and Henry comes away with the rebound. Trailing by 9. Jones thought about the handoff, doesn't, gives it to Hatterer. Left-hand wing Hatterer tries to split 2 defenders, gets it batted away. The experience for the Eagles seems to be showing up here.
It is.
Double screen up top on either side by post players. Pull-up shot, no good. I don't know who that was. I think it was Moore. Jones in transition finds Owens on the left-hand wing. One dribble pull-up, no good. Nobody there for the rebound for Emory and Henry. Jabbing at that direction at the last second is not a rebound attempt.
No.
Hall now sets up the defense, going against man-to-man. May with it on the right-hand wing. I think they can do whatever they want to do on offense.
They can.
They're dribbling it, getting inside, getting it out to May. May makes an acrobatic attempt at it, and she gets hot. And on the rebound, she gets tied up by Hatterer.
Checking back in for the Eagles, number 20, Hannah Cash.
20 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry trails 26-17 with 5:22 remaining. Inbounds. Curl cut off a double screen, just as easy as it can be to Moore. Jump shot. 28-17, Emory and Henry trails. And Emory and Henry can't seem to find any answer on offense.
And the Eagles went away from the zone. They're back in man. They have played that this whole quarter.
Trainum dribbles around. Looking for somebody down low, has nobody. Hatterer, skip her perimeter. Let's give it to Jones. At 5 on the shot clock, Jones is going to shoot it, but that's just because you need to, not because you want to. Santora tries to drive baseline, draws the foul. That's our best thing is give it to her and let her draw a foul. That foul's on Katie Jo Moore, her second, team third of this period, and with timeout on the floor, I think this is a media timeout. Emory and Henry trails 28-17. Well, when they last played at Alice Lloyd, Emory and Henry lost 69-58, outscored by 6 in the fourth quarter. Emory and Henry has had nothing but fourth quarter woes this year. They've been, when they were on their 5-game losing streak, they were outscored 89-190 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, one game we were outscored 20-2 in the fourth quarter. So gotta get some. Well, right now we need some
second quarter.
We need some second quarter production right now. You are right.
Maybe that means the fourth quarter. We're saving it for the fourth.
So during that 5-game losing skid, Emory and Henry lost to Division II and scholarship schools. We've won all 4 of our wins have come against Division III schools. So that's a sign maybe we're moving in the right direction. But the losses to the scholarship programs is a sign we're not quite ready for primetime players, as the Saturday Night Live ensemble used to be called. 15 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry now dribbles back up to set up something, and nobody's moving. Now we're setting up a play. Trainum's just going to take it all the way in, and she draws the foul. Drawing the foul is our best offense.
It is.
And that'll make the 4th team foul on the Eagles, I believe. Yes. And who's the foul on? There we go. They reset the shot clock. That foul's on Hannah Cash, her second. Train him to the free throw line. She connects. Trainum's a 5'6" freshman from Richmond. And connects on the second. So Emory and Henry cuts it to a 9-point deficit, 28-19 with 4.5 minutes left to play.
Some back in for the Eagles, number 24, Allie May.
Emory and Henry playing half-court man the entire time. Dribble, handoff, right-hand wing to Hall. Hall gets inside. Nobody steps in front of her. She just lay up to the left.
It's like parting the Red Sea right there.
Yep, like I'm beat, and nobody steps over for help. 30-19, Emory and Henry trails, 4:05 remaining in this half. Hatter with the ball on the right-hand wing finds Santora down low.
That's
she
a nice
makes
move.
a move, but it gets blocked by at least one Eagle, maybe two. She's going to have to go around somebody or into them. And in transition, that really acrobatic and didn't look like it had a chance. Scoop shot by Maynard goes in. Everything working for the Eagles as they lead 32-19. Emory and Henry sets up two post players at the high post for screens. Nothing happened off that. Back to Santora, and that was an ill-advised scoop shot that misses everything, and the Eagles come away with the rebound. Ward back out to Clifton. Clifton 3 on the way. She's 3 of 3 from 3 today. No, 3 of 4. I'm sorry. I must have missed the one where she missed it.
I forgot she missed one too.
According to the stats, so that's 17 points for Clifton. 9 of them coming from outside the arc. The 6'2" senior from, I'm looking at Hoppers. She's also Clifton is also a 6'2" senior, but she's from Owenton, Kentucky. She's averaging 11 points a game. She's got 17 in the first 16.
Yeah, 14 of them came in the first. That was her first bucket in the second quarter. Yeah.
And Emory and Henry still has no offensive production. Hatterer with 5 points, Santora with 4, and other people with 2 points. We have no offensive production. We're shooting 23% from the floor, 12% from the three-point line.
Yeah, that's not good.
Now we're 100% from the free throw line.
That's a positive.
We got to get to the free throw line. Trainham brings it up for Emory and Henry. 2 post players set at the top, set a screen. Trainham goes to the left. Now we're setting a back screen looking for Santora down low. By then we gave up looking. She walked. Jones takes it inside, finds Santora at the left-hand short corner, but that misses everything. Emory and Henry's offense is just evaporated. I'm not sure it was here to begin with, but it's not here now.
Oh, it's just too
easy.
Just
another easy bucket. That's Ward for the Eagles, shooting the layup to the left. 37-19, 2.5 minutes to play. Emory and Henry trails the Eagles at home here. We just dribble around, pick up our dribble. Hodges inside, kicks it out to Jones. 15 on the shot clock. Everybody thinks they have to do something because nobody else is doing anything. Hatter, well, I'll just take it. No good. Rebound, guess who? The Eagles. Pass ahead in transition to Hall. She's got 3 defenders between her and the basket, and the best we can do is foul her. 2:11 remaining. Emory and Henry trails 37-19. That foul's on Santora, her second, team third.
Checking in for the Wasps, number 11, Glance, 13, Pace, and 31, McClellan. Or 31, McClellan, excuse me.
So looking at the Emory and Henry players, they're just hanging their head, and I'd like to see somebody get some fire going and say, come on. At least the people coming out of the game. She makes the first free throw and makes the second, and another offensive rebound. 2 minutes remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 19. Shot on the way by May, no good. Finally, a rebound for Emory and Henry. Defensive rebound, McClellan. She kicks it out to Pace. Trainham at top. Hodges makes a move going left, puts it up, draws the foul. That's our best offense.
Getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, maybe we can foul out there people that are scoring. We have a chance. We've been outscored 20-4 in the second period. 20-4. And Hodges misses, that's Hodges. She misses the free throw. So that's not our best offense if you're not going to make the free throws. Left-hand shot is good by Hodges. 146 remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 18, 38-20. Emory and Henry now playing 1-3-1. Trainum on the ball at the top. He gets taken away by Glantz, who ties it up on the floor. Possession arrow is going to favor the Eagles. That's a little spark of defense play there. Emory and Henry's got Trainum playing the front of the 1-3-1. Hodges in the middle. Glantz on the one wing. Pace on the other. And McClellan in the back. I tried to say McClanahan again. And I'm sure I will continue to mess up.
I will too. I'm sure I will too. I like to switch to 1-3-1 though, to give them a different look.
You got to have a spark.
They were scoring at will for this whole quarter. You've
got to have some kind of reason to breathe life into your game. Otherwise, you might as well not come back out for the second half.
Exactly.
May running the point now for the Eagles. Picks up her dribble. Over to Ward. To the baseline.
You got to cover that middle in the 1-3-1. That's the weak
post.
spot.
Shot no good by Thompson. And Emory and Henry in transition after securing the rebound. Turns it over. It's 8 turnovers for the Wasps. It could be 9 if it hasn't updated the stats yet. Yep, 9 turnovers for the Wasps. And Trainum bodies up May and gets called for the foul. That's not exactly what you want. So that's the 5th team foul. I thought that was 5. That must just be 4. So we're not shooting. We will on the next one. 1:12 remaining. Emory and Henry trailing 38-20. May with the ball up top picks it up on the step out to Ward. Back across. Now they're skipping the perimeter and using the high post. Out it goes. 3 on the way. Drains it. That's probably the reason why you didn't go to the 1-3-1 earlier. Cash for 3 for the Eagles. Trainum takes it all the way inside. Layup by Trainum. Nice job attacking.
Nice
under a minute to play here. Emory and Henry trails by 19, 41-22. Left-hand wing to Thompson. Back to May. 3 on the way by May. No good. Rebound. Glantz. Up to Pace. 30 seconds remaining. Pace. Gives it to Trainum at the top. Over to McClellan. McClellan's going to drive left. Puts it off the glass and scores. 2 layups in a row for Emory and Henry. 20 seconds remaining. Trailing 41-24. The Eagles happy just to barely walk the ball up the court. With 10 seconds remaining. May tries to get it in. Brainerd. There's the shooter again. Her shot misses everything. So 0.3 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry will inbounds the ball and take it to the locker room. That was the longest 0.3 seconds. So at halftime, the score is 41-24. Emory and Henry trails the visiting Eagles from Alice Lloyd College. So for Dylan Ketron, I'm Joy Scruggs. We're going to send it back to halftime at the studio and come back with about 3 minutes remaining before second half action to give you a recap of what happened in the first half. So Thank you, Leanne. I'm Joyce Scruggs here with Dylan Ketron courtside at the Bob Johnson Court for women's basketball action this afternoon. We're at halftime. Emory and Henry trails the visiting Eagles from Alice Lloyd 41-24. Dylan, tell us the dismal tale of the first half.
Well, for getting outscored 23-9 in the second quarter sort of sums up the story. You know, we're not getting good quality shots on the offensive end, and defensively we're letting them get to the basket and score at will, you know, and that's just a recipe for disaster. And I think the key to this second half is going to be getting to the paint on offense, getting easy buckets, and just strapping up and playing good defense. Really, it's simple.
Well, you and I talked about, you know, how they were just dribbling around the perimeter.
Yeah.
And like you said, if we'd go straight line dribble, we get to the rim and or we get fouled.
My dad always said it's not an east-west game, it's a north-south game. You got to get to the cup, and good things are going to happen. Like you said, we're either going to get a good layup, good shot, or we're going to get fouled.
Well, we went to the free throw line there, and that's, you know, our second half points were probably mostly from the free throw line.
Yes.
And as you said, as we said early in the broadcast, I expected the 3-point barrage to come, but not from number 42,
I know,
Clifton.
yeah.
But the Eagles are 4 of 14 from 3, and she's got 3 of those. So the rest of the team is 1 of 10.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we could play our 1-3-1 effectively, we don't have, you know, maybe their shooters would light it up, but they haven't lit it up yet.
I think that would be a good move this second half because you're forcing them to make shots instead of them just getting easy layups like they did in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, offense has been easy for them. It has been a struggle for us. We did a better job at some point keeping them off the offensive glass, so that's got to pick up. Statistically, it's, you know, we're not being overwhelmed statistically like, you know, the 17-point spread would say.
Exactly,
you know, they've out-rebounded us by a couple. We have a few more turnovers, but it's not like, you know, we have 80 turnovers and they have 2.
No,
So it'll be interesting to see how Emory and Henry starts with any kind of spark in this first half, because there were times there when players coming off the floor seemed like all their spark had been put out by Smokey. Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires. It was throwing the water on the spark and stirring it up.
The first half, at the very end, they got a little bit of a spark, getting easy buckets, got some stops in the 1-3-1. So hopefully the starters can carry that over into this third quarter.
So we're getting ready to start second half action. It should be our ball to begin the second half, and it is. Emory and Henry has on the floor Lee, number 5, Jones, 12, Santora, 20, Hatterer, 21, and Hoppers, 55. So this group has played pretty good minutes together this year. You would think they could do something good here. Again, the Eagles start 4 of their 5 top scorers are seniors, so their experience helps them a lot. Emory and Henry working inside to Hoppers. Hoppers skips it out to Hatterer. Hatterer takes it inside. Pull up by Hatterer's too strong. Hoppers is there for the stick back, and she draws the foul. I thought Callie should have taken it all the way to the rim.
Yeah.
There was nobody between her and the rim, and she pulled up at the short corner to take the jumper. Yeah, she's scratching her head like, I should have thought about that. Yep, you got to go all the way in there, make the defense react. Hoppers at the free throw line. First shot goes part of the way down, but not enough. Hopper's a 72% free throw shooter on the season, misses that first one, and connects on the second. I'm trying to see Hoppers. That's her first point. No, that's her. She's just had 4 points on the evening. So Emory and Henry does start in that zone, and the Eagles passing around the zone, and inside it gets deflected out of bounds. 21 on the shot clock. The Eagles will have the ball underneath their basket, leading 41-25. Back up top to May. May has a couple screens to choose from. Pull up, won't take it. Hand off to Cash. Cash back to May. May takes to the baseline. Her pull-up's too strong from there, too, and Hoppers rakes in the rebound for Emory and Henry. Hand off to Lee. Lee looking for something in transition. Santora posting up down low, but we don't get it to her. Screen for the Cutters coming out to the wing. Jones, ball at her hip, tries to post feed to Santora from there. Santora makes a move, goes up with it strong, scores it. Santora makes a little whatever move. What do you call that?
I call that the up and under.
That's what I thought it was too. Yeah, step through. She gets it to fall. 41-27. Emory and Henry slices into the lead. Jump shot no good by Thompson. Emory and Henry's Lee comes away with the rebound. Coming in transition, Lee pulls it back out, gives it to Jones. Jones dribbles around, looks at Hoppers, floats it in there. Hoppers catches, left block. Perfect. Hoppers on the left block. That's where you want her. That's what she wants. She's left-handed. That she's pretty automatic from there, and she draws the foul. Just like we said, get it inside and draw the foul.
Because once you work it inside, they're going to double in, and then you're going to have the outside game too. Playing inside out is going to help them.
Hoppers knocks down the three. Now Emory and Henry slices it, deficit to 11, 41-30 in less than 2 minutes into the third period. Dribbling around the perimeter now are the Eagles. Top to May. May ready to shoot as soon as she gets off the bus, and she connects on that three. And they're calling back the defense to set up in a zone press here. Into Lee. Lee splits two defenders in the backcourt. Dribbles up. Jones. Hatter, take it in, gives it out to Santora. Face up from the free throw line. Santora face up, knocks it down. 44-32. 7:40 in third quarter action. Emory and Henry does have a spark. May looks at the zone. To Thompson, back to May. May, Thompson at the high post, faces up, kicks it out to Hall. Hall dribbles in, floater no good, but she draws the foul on Santora. I think that's going to be her third, isn't it?
Yep, that is her third. Checking in for the Eagles, number 34, Kinsey Maynard.
Hall at the free throw line. She's 85% free throw shooter. She takes more free throws than anybody on their team and connects on that one. 7:24 remaining in the third period. Emory and Henry trails by 13. Now 14, 46-32 Emory and Henry deficit. Ball into the middle of the press and over the half-court line. Jones to Hoppers on the face-up on the left-hand baseline. Back to Hatter up top. Lee looks down low to Santora. Santora gets it, makes her move, up and under again. That time it won't fall. Clifton for the rebound for the Eagles. Up ahead, May, three on the way, three no good. And Lee tries to track down the rebound, but goes to Clifton. Her long two, no good. Rebound Hatterer for the Wasps. Hatter in transition finds Santora. Santora double teamed, face up, no good. Rebound, or I guess it got blocked there. And Cash comes away with it. She finds a spot up. Hall on the right-hand wing. That's no good, but Clifton's there to clean it up on the block. And just like that, the lead is back to 16, 48-32. Emory and Henry doing a good job getting ball up against the press. That's not really a problem, but then we get down here and kind of stand on offense.
Yeah, it gets really stagnant in the half court.
Jones makes a move, tries to float it up, and it doesn't have enough power to get to the rim. And in transition, the Eagles pass around, three on the way from the baseline, no good. Saved from going out of bounds by the Eagles. Clifton on the face-up from the free throw line, and it rattles around and falls. It's her day.
Yes.
That's 21 points for Clifton. 5:45 remaining third period. Emory and Henry trails now again by 18, 50-32. Lee draws three defenders, looks for Hatterer that she dribbled away, but Hatterer wasn't looking, and the ball gets picked up by the Eagles. Then on the way into the rim, Amaya Lee's going to be called for the foul against Cash. That's her third foul, team second of this period.
Subbing in for the Wasps, 40 Hodges, 31 McClellan, and 23 Owens.
So one of the problems with a big deficit is you have to work really hard.
Yes.
Just to keep the deficit from getting any bigger. And that's really what Emory and Henry's done here. They've worked really hard. They cut into it. A good team responded. And now we're down by 18. Ball inside, now kick it out. Try to get it back to the short corner, double teamed. Emory and Henry comes away with it as it was deflected out of that double team in the short corner.
Good
in
pass.
Transition to Hodges, it hits off the back of the rim and hits out of bounds.
Coming back in for the loss, number 11, Grace Glantz.
5:09 remaining. Emory and Henry trails 50-32. 1-3-1 by the Wasp the entire period here. The Eagles work it to the short corner, now get it inside and draw the foul. Did they draw the foul? She travel. What'd they call, do you know?
They called travel, I believe.
So when they fed it inside, she shuffled her feet, and now Emory and Henry will have the ball coming out from timeout, trailing by 18.
Edward Jones, support for WEHC and Emory and Henry Wasp basketball comes proudly from Tom Graham and Kyle King of Edward Jones Investment, 126 East Main Street, Marion. Learn what investing can do for you. 276-783-4448 or edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Food Country, the food specialist, bringing you quality, price, satisfaction, founded in a small rural area to serve friends and neighbors. Food Country has evolved to serve Southwest Virginia and East Tennessee. Locally owned and operated, your money stays in your community. Food Country is proud to support Emory and Henry Wasp basketball on WEHC 90.7 FM.
Well, I don't know that there's anything different to say.
We started out strong.
Yeah, we started out with a spark. We got that spark back, but
we was getting the ball inside, getting to the free throw line. But where you said, like you said in the beginning, they're a veteran team. They was not fazed by the run.
No, they have show great composure. And Emory and Henry now with a less than veteran group in the lineup. Glantz, freshman. Owens is a sophomore. McClellan and Hodges, freshman. Owens coming off the double screen. They just switched that. McClellan catches it on the left-hand wing, looks at Glantz at the high post, looks down low at Hodges, can't get it. Owens, 10 on the shot clock. I wonder if anybody knows that. Down low to Hodges. Hodges tries to make a move, dribbles it out of bounds. Yeah, their defense is just where it needs to be. You know, you get there, like they get it down low, you're not getting around them.
Yep.
And Emory and Henry now still playing 1-3-1, it looks like. Ball to the wing. Baseline, back up top. She had a chance to take the shot there. And she she walks with it, so that was more on the turnover. Emory and Henry with 11 turnovers, the Eagles with 9. That really hasn't been the issue.
Yep.
Poor shooting. Emory and Henry shooting 29% from the floor. 1 of 9 from 3. Looking inside. We've got a high post step out screen, and Owens almost loses it on the dribble. 10 on the shot clock. Lee with it on the right-hand wing. Nobody's getting, like you're saying, everybody's dribbling east and west. Gets no advantage. 2 on the shot clock. We have to throw it up. Glantz is there for the stick back and draws the foul, and she was triple teamed on that. They're good defenders, but we're not attacking the defense. No. Glantz free throw, the first one is good. Glantz is 4 of 4 from the free throw line for the day, an 80% free throw shooter.
Coming in for the Wasp, number 22, Trainum.
Emory Henry now trails 50-34. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Emory Henry playing their 1-3-1. Eagles try to skip it across and gets batted away. Glantz comes up with it, misses the layup. Trainum's there for the stick back. All right, there's another spark. 50-36, Emory Henry trails. Hall picks up her dribble. Pass across to Moore, back to Hall. In the corner, face up on the way by Brainerd. She knocks it down. 3:10 remaining. Emory Henry's, oh, God, she got it through. McClellan's jumper in the middle of the lane gets deflected and picked up by the Eagles. The Eagles don't look like they're thinking a thing about any of it. Ward passing around. There's another three
same
from
spot.
Same spot, just inside the three-point line by Brainerd on the left baseline. 54-36, Emory Henry trails. 2:40 remaining, third period. Man-to-man defense by the Eagles. Why would they do anything else? Owens on the catch and face up, knocks down the three. We'll take more of that.
Yes, that's a much-needed three.
54-39, now back to 15-point deficit. We've forced some turnovers here, but those easy shots, and there's another shot that rims out for the Eagles. And in transition, that's a good move. Yeah. McClellan with it. Now Glantz for three. Glantz's three hits nothing. Owens is there for the save, but it hit out of bounds before she could get there. And this is an example of you're not playing confident, you're not playing whatever, because Glantz shoots the three and nobody moved to the paint for a rebound. Yes. Nobody moved, and it was wide open. But you're kind of playing in a coma state. Back to that same spot on the baseline, and there goes another three in a row from the same spot by Brainerd. Under 2 minutes remaining third quarter, and we turn it over in transition as Glantz gets it taken away from her. In transition, face up, knockdown, Hampton. No, maybe that was Moore, Katie Jo Moore. So Emory Henry has to take time out as the lead has swollen to 19, 58-39, with 1:37 remaining in the third period.
People Incorporated, support for WEHC and ENH Wasp basketball comes from People Incorporated, believing that every person needs support from others. People Incorporated promotes the dignity of individuals and families, moves people into the economic mainstream, and works to develop existing strengths and resources within communities. For information about assistance with community development, education, employment training, family services, financial services, or housing, contact 276-623-9000 or peopleinc.net. All of the efforts of People Incorporated are directed by the concerns, hopes, needs, and dreams of the people served. First Bank and Trust. Emory Henry Basketball is brought to you with support by First Bank and Trust, offering mobile banking, Apple Pay, remote deposits, and more, serving you with free checking since 1979. Member FDIC and on the web at firstbank.com.
If you look at the stats, it doesn't look like we're getting blown out.
No, it doesn't.
No, it just does not look like one of those things. You know, the rebounds are about even, the turnovers are about, everything's about even except for the score. Yeah. Where we're shooting 30% and they're shooting 42, but that's, they've taken 10 more shots than we have. But it's not, a couple from rebounds, a couple from turnovers, a couple from here or there. But it's not a glaring deficit or difference statistically. McClellan takes it inside, lays it off. Nobody's there for the rebound except for the Eagles. 1:12 remaining third period, and in transition they pass ahead to Brainerd. I don't know why she doesn't light it up. She has so far, and that three on the way by Katie Jo Moore is no good. Rebound by the Eagles, and trying to scoop it around to the other side of the lane for Thompson. She can't handle it, and it goes out of bounds.
Coming in for the Wasps, number 21, Hatterer.
Now let's see if Hatterer can bring us some confidence on offense with these young players she's playing with. Trainum running the point, 50 seconds remaining. She gets inside, doesn't have anybody to give it to. Back screen for Owens in the middle of the lane. Trainum's just dribbling, looking for something to happen. 12 on the shot clock. McClellan, again, dribbling sideways. Hatterer Gets it inside. Takes it up. Reverse layup is blocked. Batted out of bounds. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be Emory and Henry ball underneath their basket. We're just so incredibly tentative and dribbling sideways. 3 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry trying to find somebody to get it into. Find McClellan. McClellan jacks up the 3. No good. Rebound by Brainerd of the Eagles. And they're just going to take their time. 23 seconds remaining, third period. As Moore gets around the defense, puts up the jumper, won't go. Emory and Henry battles for the rebound. It's going to be tied up, and it'll be Eagles ball if that's what they called. $13 on the game clock, nothing on the shot clock. There's going to be a foul here.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I thought it was a tied ball.
I thought it was too.
So her first, team third. Box set by the Eagles, inbounds to May. May faces up, tries to get in, does, lays it over the rim, won't fall. Emory and Henry battles for the rebound. Glantz gets the rebound, and in an attempt to tie her up, Torrey Hampton's going to be called for the foul for the Eagles. 6.6 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trails 58-39. Trainham's going to try to get a shot off here. 5 seconds remaining. Gets inside, pulls it up, floats it, no good. And Emory and Henry can't get anything going on the stick back. So with 10 minutes remaining to play, Emory and Henry trails 58-39 as a whole host of players come over here and touch the scores table near us, checking in. I guess that counts. Well, wait for some stats to get printed off at the end of the quarter here, but it was another dismal period for Emory and Henry. Well, actually, we were only outscored.
We only lost by 2,
yeah, we only lost by 2, but we were down by, we were already down by 17. So, yeah, we've cut into their largest lead has been 21. We'll slice into it, get some hope. Didn't we get to 11, I think?
Yes.
And then you think, okay, great, we've got a spark going here. And then they just calm, cool, and collected, go about their business and yank the lead back up to, 20 or so. For all scores, Alex Clifton with 21 points for Emory and Henry. No one with double figures. Santora with 8. Trainham off the bench with 6. Hoppers with 6. Hatterer with 5. Glantz with 4. That's one thing I said before the game. Emory and Henry starters have to score more points.
That is what.
And the starters are back in the game now for Emory and Henry. They're playing man-to-man. Clifton with the ball outside. Tries to dump it down low and does. I can't see who that is. That was Hampton, made a move down low, missed it, and as she went diving for the rebound, she gets called for the foul. That will be team first. They've got us with a team foul. That's not accurate. So Emory and Henry trails 58-39. Pass to Hatterer on the right-hand wing. Looks down low to Hoppers. Give it to her. Go left, Hoppers.
Good move.
Yeah. There you go.
It's that left-hand hook shot.
We could use a steady diet of that, couldn't we?
We could. That's what we went to the start of the third quarter, and we cut the lead, but we sort of went away from it again.
So that fouls on Clifton, her second, team second. Hoppers at the free throw line, rolls that one in. So Hoppers now with, I think that must be her 11th point if they update the stats. And the coach from Alice Lloyd's going to call timeout. So Emory and Henry trailing by 16, 58-42 with 9.5 minutes left to play. So Emory and Henry could get a spark going here.
They could.
Again, that spark seems to be the word for the day. Mm-hmm. But get the spark going here. That was an easy basket.
It was.
I mean, that
easy.
Inside was cleared out. Hoppers was one-on-one.
Yeah, she got good position, and she finished the shot. And
it was there was nobody to help side on the left-hand side, so it was a one-on-one move with Hoppers going from her right to her left, and that's steady. Yeah. Well, do you have her for 11 points?
I think they got her at 9, so I guess that was.
So I never know if they've updated this,
I
if the
know.
stats have updated by the time I look down, or if they haven't. So I don't know if I should add, 3 or subtract or whatever. But anyway, Hopper's now with 9. As the Eagles come back on offense. Moore, Emery and Henry playing zone now. Looks like they're playing a 2-3. Try to make the pass in the back of the zone, but they can't get the shot to fall, and Emery and Henry comes away with the rebound. Jones for the Wasps sets up. The Eagles have gone man-to-man the whole way except for a little full-court zone press. Jones with it on the right-hand wing. Looks inside at Hoppers. Ball screen up top for Hatterer. She comes across, picks it up. That 3 is way too strong by Santora. Eagles with the rebound. 8:48 remaining. Eagles leading 58-42. Moore across the perimeter to Hampton. They're kind of standing on offense right now.
Yeah, they're stagnating as well.
May dribbles back across. She's going to pull the trigger on the 3 and hits nothing except the baseline out of bounds. She lit us up there. I think she hit 6 threes. Yeah, she was 6 of 9 from 3 at their place. 58-42, 8:25 remaining. Emery and Henry brings the ball up against man-to-man defense. Handoff to Jones. Jones goes off a ball screen by Hoppers. Pulls it out. It's going to pull the trigger on the 3. It's too short, but somebody at least battled for the rebound. Hatter went to the glass, even though the Eagles come up with it. Moore takes it all the way in, gets it batted away by Jones, and she's going to get called for the foul.
It's nice to see somebody crash on that previous possession.
Yeah. So first foul on Jones, first team foul for the Wasps in the 4th period. Free throw's good by Moore. Moore's a 5'5" freshman from McDowell, Kentucky. And the second one's also good by Moore. Lee dribbles up for Emery, trailing 60-42 with 8 minutes remaining. She drives baseline, goes off the ball screen by Hoppers, but gets nothing. Jones now gets it on the left-hand wing, stares all day at Hoppers to make the pass and gets it picked off by Thompson. Thompson has it batted out of bounds as she tries to get it back to the top to Hall. 25 seconds on the shot clock as the Eagles inbound the ball here, leading 60-42. Emery and Henry playing zone. Clifton goes for another 3 attempt, no good. Ball's out of bounds. Is it going to be their ball? I never understood that. They fouled us and they get the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Eagles with the ball underneath their basket. They're going for a cutter coming off a double screen. She shoots the shot from behind the screen. That's Moore. It's no good. But the offensive rebound by Hall in an attempt to stick it back, that's her. She draws the foul. And that foul's on Santora, her 4th, team 2nd of this period, as Hall goes to the free throw line and connects on the first one. She's now 6 of 7 from the free throw line today. An 86% free throw shooter, so that shouldn't be a surprise. And knocks down the second one as well. So Hall now in double figures with 11.
Checking in for the Wasps, number 13, Taylor Pace.
She's taken Santora with 4 fouls to the bench. Emery and Henry now trails by 20 with 7.5 minutes to play. It's not too late for a spark. It may be too late for a spark to win, but you got to build on something. Hatter with the ball, left-hand wing, looks at Hoppers down low. She gets doubled. She looks for somebody to kick it to, and she turns into the defense. It's going to be a tied ball, alternating possession arrow favoring Emery and Henry. But that's a waste of the alternating possession there. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Box set by Emery and Henry. Inbounds to Hatter. Hatter falls on the catch, fires on the catch, and nails it. 62-44, Emory and Henry trails. They must have called that a 2. I couldn't see from here how deep she was. Hall back up top to Moore. Going against man-to-man defense now. Dribble handoff to Hall. Hall being guarded by Hatter, stumbles. Gets it back to Moore. Just those two have touched it. Moore goes across from the screen, back out to May. And hey, another
2 in one game.
3-second call. We're 9 years ahead now.
I know. I haven't seen 2 in a game. I don't think ever.
3 seconds, 2 times on the Eagles tonight. 6:45. That's a small victory for tonight's game.
That is.
Emory and Henry trails, though, 62-44. The Eagles don't even play us outside. Do you see how deep a gap they're playing on the ball? They give you 2 steps because they know you're not going to do anything with it. So we get it inside the Hoppers and draw a foul. 6:36 remaining fourth quarter. And that foul's on Clifton, her third, team third. Hoppers to the free throw line for Emory and Henry. Connects on the first one for her 10th point of the game. She's now 4 or 5 at the free throw line for the afternoon. And on the second, Emory and Henry picking up with a little full court pressure here. Trailing 62-46, 6 minutes remaining. Cash gets it across the free throw line. And somewhere in the action, Maddie Thompson, somewhere near the half-court line. Did you see that? Set an illegal screen.
Yeah, she moved a little bit.
She sent.
And Lee sold it well. So
she sent Amaya Lee to the deck. Oops. So Emory and Henry will have the ball on the sideline, and that'll be the 4th team foul on the Eagles.
Oh.
There's another screen by Pace. Jones draws on the three-point line but can't connect, trailing 62-46. Emory and Henry doesn't find May in transition, but it doesn't matter because she doesn't knock down the 3. Hoppers dribbles up one, gives it to Jones. 6 minutes remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 16. It could be much worse.
It could be much worse.
Yeah,
yes.
we're not going away, but we're not gaining anything. Hey, great move by Jones.
Move.
Won't fall, but great move by Jones and attack. 5:45 remaining, trailing by 16. Emory and Henry man-to-man defense here. Dribble handoff to Hall. Hall back up top to Thompson. Thompson dribbles, being guarded by Pace. The dribble handoff, it goes on the floor in an attempt to get it. Jones is going to get called for the foul. That's her second. We get a spark every once in a while, but I'd like to see more spark. I'd like to see a fire.
Yeah, we need a fire. We do need a fire. Checking in for the Wasps, number 23, Owens, and number 24, Spainhour.
5:35 remaining. Emory and Henry trail 62-46 on defense. Ooh, that was almost a missed dribble by Moore. Moore over to Hall. Hall takes it baseline, tries to put up a shot, and she'll draw the foul on Spainhour. That's Spainhour's first foul, team's 4th. Yep.
And for the Eagles, number 40, Michaela May.
Hall at the free throw line on the night is 7 of 8. And misses that one. Hey, we did it to her.
Yep.
She's now 7 of 9. She's a 85% free throw shooter and was right on the mark there. Second one on the way is good. 63-46, Emory and Henry now trails. 5:25 remaining. Lee walks it up. Swinging around the perimeter, looking at Hoppers down low.
Oh, we got to get it into her.
Yeah,
right
we got to
there.
get it into her. She's being guarded by Brainerd down low. A 5'9".
Good.
Kicks it out. Owens, 3 on the way. Short. Rebound battled for, but Pace is going to get called for the foul as she whacked her on the back as she came across there. Yeah, Hoppers has had a challenge there when she's got it inside. If she can't make a move and go to the basket, she gets double teamed and she gets tied up. That one, the ball got deflected on its way out. She's hasn't been able to be strong enough with the outlet pass from drawing the double. Free throw on the way. Who's that at the free throw line? Is that?
That's Michaela May, I believe.
Okay, her hair is over her number. First one's good, second one not. Hoppers for the rebound for Emory and Henry. 5 minutes remaining. Emory and Henry trails 64-46. Ball screen by Owens. Roll to Owens. Owens takes it up strong. Oh, yeah, and draws the foul.
That's a good strong take.
Yep. So foul is on Bailey Brainerd. That's her second, team's fifth. So both teams with 5 team fouls in this quarter means that we'll be shooting the rest of the way. Owens free throw on the way and good. Second one by Owens, good. Emory and Henry shooting well at the free throw line. If we could just go there every possession. Emory and Henry with some full court pressure now. And Hall bringing it up for the Eagles, being guarded by Hannah Spainhour. Oh, she walked. So drove the baseline, kicked it to the right-hand wing, and she's able to put the layup in and for the Eagles. But the baseline driver walked. 66-48. Owens with 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, and Pace is going to get charged for the foul. If you're listening at WEHC, there we go. He's going to say we had a little Ray Charles Christmas music coming in our headset there. Not that we're not in the festive spirit here, but you know we do have a ball game.
Coming in for the Wasp, number 20 Santoro. In for number 55 Hoppers.
Let's see, the foul is on Pace. That's her second. She did the exact same thing. Came over somebody's back trying to get a rebound she had no position for. May at the free throw line connects. 4:20 remaining. 67-48. Emory and Henry trails by 19. May's free throw is also good. Second one is good, so we trail by 20. Emory and Henry brings it up. Spainhour looks for the ball, doesn't get it, reverses to the other side, looking down low at Santora. Santora with it. She turns into 2 defenders and gets it tied up. And there's a freshman going against a couple of seniors. Or at least a senior down there in Brainerd. Emory and Henry bringing full court pressure. Again, 4 minutes remaining. Trailing by 20. Cash gives it to May. May goes against Pace all the way to the rim. Emory and Henry stood there, but we weren't in legal guarding position. So that was her 5th foul on Emma Santoro. That wasn't really that wasn't one you want to choose if you're going to get your 5th foul. No. You want to do something a little smarter than that. So that sends the Eagles to the free throw line again, and it's May for the second possession in a row. Shot is up and good. The Eagles are 16 of 21 at the free throw line. And she connects on the second as well to stretch the lead out to 22 for the Eagles. Man-to-man defense by the Eagles. Emory and Henry standing. Sends cutters across the baseline. Well, they're standing too. Now Spainhour cuts out through the middle. Looks at Pace, who's spotted up there. High post to Owens. Nope, can't get it to her. Owens posting up low. Glance sets the ball screen. Spainhour splits it. Kicks it out to May. Shot on the way is no good. And in transition, the Eagles have 2-on-1. Nice pass back and forth, but they can't finish. And May comes away with it for Emory and Henry. Up ahead to Owens. Owens thinks about driving in, can't get it. Looks for a cutter, not there. Picks up her dribble, finds Glance. 19 on the shot clock. Emory and Henry trails by 22. Glance, 3-point shot on the way, no good. Rebounded again by the Eagles. I'll be surprised by the end of this game if the rebounding advantage doesn't glaringly show a deficit for Emory and Henry. 2:50 remaining. May just dribbles out top at the half-court line, really, for the Eagles. Hands off to Hall. Hall being guarded by Spainhour, and Spainhour's going to get charged for the foul. She's just playing too close of a gap there, that far away from the basket.
Coming in for the Wasps, number 22, Trainum. And in for the Eagles, number 13, Abigail Webb. And number 41, Kirsten Cole-Williamson.
Free throw, the first free throw is good by Hall. She's 9 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. Make that 10 of 12 for 14 points as she goes to the bench. 2:43 remaining. Emory and Henry trails 72-48. And again, kind of taking our time on offense here to set something up. Pace with it, goes inside, draws the foul as 3 defenders pick her up. Well, at least we're trying to attack the basket there.
That's a positive. That is a positive.
Just make good decisions with the ball.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 23, Ward.
Pace first free throw. She knocks it down. She's a 5'8" freshman from Greenville, South Carolina. And second shot by Pace is too strong. Rebound battled for, but the Eagles come away with it. In transition, they're just going to walk it up. There's Ward being guarded by Spainhour. Right-hand wing now back to Ward. 2:15 remaining. She tries to find somebody to pass it to. Emory's defense has picked up the pressure here. Yeah, deflected by Glantz as they pass around the perimeter. She finds Owens cutting down, and Owens' left-hand layup's good. 72-51. Emory and Henry's bench is cheering for these players on the court right now. Ball to the high post, then back out. Hand off to Ward. Now Schreck. Oh, she walked into Cole Williamson, who knocks down the layup. 74-51, 1.5 minutes remaining in the game. Emory and Henry with cutters on the perimeter. Spainhour couldn't get open on that cut, so we passed the right-hand wing to Pace. Pace, 3 on the way, no good. Glantz battles for the rebound. She's going to draw the foul. And that foul will be on Maddie Ward. Her first. Glantz goes to the free throw line for Emory and Henry. And connects on the first one. All her points tonight have come from the free throw line. And the second one is also good. She's 6 of 6 tonight from the free throw line. If we just had gone to the free throw line with her 20-something more times. Emory and Henry's defense giving this Eagles on the floor right now some trouble as Pace comes away with the steal off the oh, that's the sub who got added in, Abigail Ward.
Oh, Ward.
Yeah, so Pace takes it away from Ward, and then Ward fouls Pace as she tries to take off with it. 1:02 remaining in this game. Emory and Henry trails by 21. Pace, free throw, bangs off, no good. Wonder if they moved her up from the practice squad. You think that's it?
I would, I'm not
she
sure.
got called up free agency or something. Emory and Henry goes for the inbounds pass, doesn't get it. Trailing by 20, under 1 minute to play. And Emory and Henry still is playing hard.
They are. That's a positive. Carry this over into the next game. That would.
Well, they don't play again until after the first of the year.
Oh, wow.
So this is going to be a long Christmas taste in your mouth. Oh, and the Eagles getting pressure on defense near the half-court line, trying to find somebody to pass it to, tosses it into the Eagles bench. 45 seconds remaining. Emory and Henry trails by 20, 74-54. Spainhour, right-hand wing, drives baseline, kicks it out to Glantz on the far side. Trainham at the top, finds a cutting Pace.
That was a nice cut.
That was a nice move and cut, but it gets deflected out of bounds. .16 on the shot clock, 32.8 on the game clock. Emory and Henry with the ball underneath their basket, looking for some last points before the final horn. Try to find Spainhour on the step out. Don't get her. It gets deflected from going out of bounds. There's another steal by the Eagles. And that's Cole Williamson, and she loses it. But it'll be out of bounds, last touch by Emory and Henry with 19 seconds on the shot clock. The ball in the lobby, and the Eagles will have the ball on their baseline, which should be the final possession unless we steal it or foul them. Try to find somebody to get it into. Cole Williamson with it, dribbles around, handoff up top to Webb. That's Schreck with it. Handoff to Ward. Ward dribbles around as the clock dribbles down. And the victory formation for the Eagles. So at the end of regulation, Emory and Henry will fall to the visiting Eagles from Alice Lloyd College, 74-54, concluding the 2021 portion of this year's season. Let's run down some statistics. You want to do the individuals for Alice Lloyd?
Yes. So Alice Clifton led all scorers with 21 points. She also had 7 rebounds and shot 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Haley Hall had 14 points and was 10 for 12 from the free throw line. Allie May had 7 points. Bailey Brainerd had 6. Katie Moore had 6. Maddie Ward had 5. Kenzie Maynard had 5. Maddie Thompson had 3 points. Michaela May had 3. And Hannah Cash and Kirsten Cole both had 2.
For Emory and Henry, Alexis Hoppers with 11 points and 9 rebounds. Emily Santoro fouled out with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Callie Hatterer with 7 points. Taylor Owens with 7 off the bench. Grace Glantz with 6. Mimi Trainum with 6. Amaya Lee with 2. Braylee Jones with 2. Taylor Pace, 2. Macy McClellan with 2. Chelsea Hodge with 1. And Hannah Spainhour got in the game but did not score. So again, Emory and Henry's starters don't score enough, don't have enough production. When you have a couple of starters that score together, you have 2 players that they both score 2 points.
Yeah.
That's not enough offensive production.
Right.
Although, I mean, Amaya Lee had 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
So that's some contribution there. But you've got to have more contribution from your starting 5. That was one of my points before the game. Looking at their game at Alice Lloyd, we lost by 11, 69-58. I thought we would have a better showing today.
And if you look, I mean, the other quarters we played them well. It's just that second quarter really stands out, and that's really where we lost it.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, we were outscored 23-9 in the second quarter, and just outscored by 1 and outscored by 2 in the third quarter, and outscored by 3 in the first quarter. You know, so you take away that third period, and we were competitive, but not on the whole.
Yeah, and that's been the story for really the Lincoln Memorial and Young Harris game. It was putting 4 quarters together has been the struggle, I would say.
Yep. Just this one wasn't the fourth quarter.
This one wasn't the fourth quarter, though.
Yeah, I should have been more specific. I shouldn't have said the key was that we had to play the fourth quarter. We needed to play all of the 4 quarters. Should have been more specific. As we said earlier, the stats, I mean, we shot 26%. That's pretty dismal. Mm-hmm. But they only shot 38. That's not like, that's not like we were, scorched in here by the flames of their hot shooting. They were only 5 of 23 from 3.
Yeah.
I thought 3 was going to be the story of the game, especially, looking at their game, their statistics on the season, and also looking at what happened when we played there before and watching them warm up. I thought 3 would be the story of the game. We were 2 of 20, and as we said at halftime, if you're not going to make them, you need to stop shooting them. But we got to the free throw line. We shot 24 free throws. They did too, but we were 20 of 24, thank goodness. Yeah. So 20 of our 54 points came from the free throw line. So excellent free throw shooting there. And as we've said the whole game, the rest of the stats are not glaringly.
No.
Well, the rebounds ended up being glaring. It was
Yeah.
51-39. They out-rebounded us. Everything else is pretty close.
Yeah.
They had one more turnover than
Yeah.
we did.
They did have 8 more assists. But that's
because they made more baskets.
Yeah,
you know,
you expect that.
We didn't hit any.
Yeah.
But everything else is, pretty close. Bench points. They have 3 more than us. Points in the paint, we had 2 more than they did. Fast break points, we had 3. So for a 20-point deficit, you would think it would just be like bloodshed all over the stat sheet, and that's just not the case for today's game. So let's give you a little bit of what's going on next. Emory and Henry's doesn't play. The women don't play again until January 2nd when they play at Milligan. So that will be there. Like I said, this would be a bad taste in my mouth if it were me, having to deal with the Christmas break and having to sleep on this for a few nights. Let's give you some news from Emory and Henry in sports action. Yesterday, the men's basketball team, and Dylan wasn't able to make the trip because he had an appointment yesterday with orthopedist. Did you talk to any of the guys?
I've not talked. I've talked to some of them. I talked to Pat because it was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
But
so what they have to say about the experience, and the experience I'm saying is they played at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn where the Nets play.
Oh, they loved it. They said it was a pretty cool experience. I'm sure it was. Coach Spencer, the assistant coach, he had actually done it before. I think he played and coached there, so he told me beforehand that it was going to be a pretty unique and cool experience. I was happy that they got to do that.
Well, it wasn't on. You couldn't live stream it, so I was watching the live stats.
I did too. Yes,
and then today on Twitter I'm looking at different people posted. Well, somebody yesterday, I think maybe Coach Thompson, somebody posted video of them like warming up and maybe Pat's mother posted that somebody posted like the starting lineup. So I don't know, whatever. But anyways, little clips of the videos or whatever. But it was really cool. But the guys played yesterday in New York and Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, and got to stay then later for the game with the Nets. I don't know who they played.
I think they played the Raptors.
Yeah. So cool experience, and they came away with a win, which is a lot better than just having the cool experience. They beat DeYoung, I guess is how you say that name, 83-60 yesterday. They play again on Monday, December 20th at Malone, which is in Canton, Ohio. That's a 1 o'clock tip. I guess they're coming back here, and then
No, I think they're coming back, and then they're going to stop in Ohio. They're going to go to Ohio.
Well, that's not exactly on the way.
No, it's not.
I don't know if you've had American geography, but it's not on the way.
It is not on the way.
Back to here.
No, it is not on the way.
Let's see. Upcoming, wrestling is at home on Friday against Southwest Virginia Community College. That's men. And on Saturday, women's wrestling is having an open event here at the King Center all day. And then again, as we said, on Monday the 20th, the men will conclude their 2021 portion of their season as they go to Malone in Canton, Ohio. And I don't know anything about Malone.
I think they're a D2 team.
But I don't know what kind of season they're having. So.
I think I looked. I think they're 7-2. They've played. I think they're 7-2.
I bet they'll go to the Football Hall of Fame.
They are. They're going
That's
to.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to Canton. I have relatives that live in Cleveland, and you drive right by. It's right on the interstate. You just drive right by it. Yeah.
I've passed by because I've been to Cleveland, but I've never been to Canton.
So other news from Emory and Henry, Devontae Jordan won the Lanier Award, which is the award given by the Richmond Times-Dispatch for the, let's see where it is here, State Player of the Year, and it's given to Division 2 and 3, I think. I thought that was in here somewhere. Anyway, he set 9 records this year. He led all divisions of college football with 26 total touchdowns and finished as the number 2 rusher in Division 2 by just 2 yards. So great honor for Devontae Jordan. If you paid any attention to Emory and Henry football at all this year, he was splattered all over it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he set, like we said, 9 records, new school records, some that have been in play for quite some time. So congratulations to Devontae Jordan. Also in Emory and Henry related news, some former Emory and Henry men's basketball players are holding the inaugural Bob Johnson Classic to be played December 18th. That's this Saturday at Lord Botetourt High School in Daleville, Virginia. And all the 10 teams playing in that classic have a connection with men's basketball here, having played with and or coached with Coach Bob Johnson. John Battle's Steve Posey, Alta Vista's Casey Johnson, also son of Coach Johnson, Goochland's Preston Gordon, Patrick Bailey from Narrows, Hank Luton is an assistant at Salem, Heath Braley is coaching at Fluvanna, R.J. Spilsberg at Monacan, Andrew Hart, who's hosting it at Lord Botetourt, Paul Redgate from Liberty Christian, and Mike Cardellaro from Perry McClure. So all those guys have their teams playing, and the event begins at noon with John Battle playing Alta Vista and concludes at 7 with Liberty Christian going against Perry McClure. And 5 games, I think $10 gets you in for the day, and I believe there will be some hospitality area for Emory and Henry connections to get together. And as I laughingly say, I just think about all the lies those former players are going to be telling about each other. But a great event to honor Coach Johnson and his coaching tree being held this Saturday at Lord Botetourt. So, Dylan, any other comments or ideas you have about upcoming events or today's basketball action?
I don't think I have anything else to add. There were some positives to the Gays game. It wasn't all negative. At times, they made a run that, just like you said, I think the biggest difference was that was a more veteran, more experienced team, and that matters a lot.
And I think another positive coming away with it is the minutes that some of the young players got to play today that made a contribution. We kept talking about that spark. Well, they would bring that spark,
and
that's a plus. So they can carry that through Christmas break and bring that back when they play at Milligan on January the 2nd. Well, for Dylan Ketron, I'm Joy Scruggs. We've been honored to bring you Emory and Henry basketball action thus far in the 2021-2022 season. So for you and yours, have a great holiday season and a happy new year. We'll see you after the semifinals of college football is decided when we come back in January for men's and women's basketball action from the Bob Johnson Court in the John Rutledge King Center on the campus of Emory and Henry College. So we'll send it back to Leanne Hunter. Thank you, Leanne, for running the board for us today. And as we conclude, we'll say, as always, go Wasps. Thank you all for tuning in.